All right, welcome to another episode of Real Estate vs. Technology. I'm your host, Norman Kinsey. We have our co-host, Mr. Dan Gandy. Welcome, Dan.
Thanks for having me, guys. Great to see you. Great to see you, Daniel.
Yes, great to be here. Thanks for reaching out, guys.
Of course. And hey, you did it for me, Dan. Daniel, welcome to Real Estate vs. Technology. We're excited to have you on the show. And I got to say, I love the name Daniel R. Hunt Jr. So I'm the third, but I love...
Okay.
Yeah, I just love the name, man. It's very prestigious. I'm Norman Lloyd Kinsey the third. I don't always put that out there, but yeah. I love the name, man.
My parents did a good job. Good job.
They really did, for sure. So the show's all about you, your business. For our viewers and listeners, we really want to deep dive into your business, and so we'll start off a little bit about, tell us like why you got in the business, what areas you serve, how long you've been in the business. Give us some context there to start the show.
Great, yeah. So, I started my career just real quick as a loan officer. I was a loan officer for a few different Fortune 500 companies back in my 20s. I'm now 41, so I was loan officer for about 10 years. Then from there, I went the next step that I thought, was meant for me to go, which was an underwriter for some time with Chase and Wells Fargo, and then realized, I'm working my behind off for a position that I see in my graphs and realize the people I have to work with, unfortunately, none to say bad, but I don't want to work with these people, and this is not the life I want. Yeah. So corporate life, I just thought where I was gonna end up at, and decided this isn't the route, and said I definitely want to still be in the real estate realm and still help people. I'm a people's person. I like helping people accomplish their goals. So I said, you know what? I've always been in real estate with real estate investment and properties. I started kind of young with my uncle. He kind of got me into the real estate bug. He owns a number of buildings in Chicago, where I'm originally from. So I've always liked it. And so I said, let me just be a full-time realtor. I'm always referring so many deals out to other realtors. Let me just get my license and take it full-time. And it's the best decision I've made. I love it. So that's kind of became a realtor, decided to do this.
Wow. That's awesome. So how long now has it been since you've been focusing primarily on real estate, and what area are you focusing?
Good question. So full-time realtor now for coming up in April will be my 4th year, even though it seems like forever because I've been in the business for like over 25 years, right, as a whole. But yeah, as a full-time realtor, it'll be coming up on 4 years. So pretty much, like whatever I do. And then what was the other question? I'm sorry.
Area.
So I do all areas. I live in Frisco, North Dallas. Okay. So a lot of my business comes from there. But however, we do deals everywhere. I've done deals this year in Mansfield, in Dallas, Mesquite, Plano, Savannah, Aubrey, Prosper. We don't just advertise in one space, which is what I wanted. I'm with Briggs Freeman, Sotheby's and National Realty. So we're in 71 countries, 71 territories. So I've gotten people that have saw me on my YouTube channel, reaching out from Hawaii, reaching out from Rhode Island, all over the place. And I then partner them up with respected realtors within the company. I talk with them, briefly, usually for about 25, 30 minutes. I let them know a little bit about me, make sure if it's not someone I know that they, take it serious. Like, hey, look, this person's found me from here. My name's attached to this. If you can't do this, then, let me know and maybe not be a good fit. So I do North Dallas and all of Dallas area, but
love it.
I don't just limit it to that. So
that's awesome. That's great. Yeah. Well, segueing to the next segment, and I have your YouTube channel behind us, and I have to say kudos to you for the viewers and listeners out there, man, getting on YouTube and doing what you did. And before we're on air, I was talking a little bit, and you were telling me how you were consistent, how someone reached out to you to really take these to the next level, and you have a lot of transactions here, and that's going into the next questions as far as transaction volume. So buy side, sell side, it'll go past 12 months. What type of production level are you at?
Yeah, so production level, actually since COVID, with focusing more on the YouTube channel, it took a slight little hit because the YouTube channel, I was doing anywhere between maybe 4 to 5 deals a monthly. It took a hit with really taking this YouTube channel seriously, and because it's the long game, right? It's the long game. I easily see where it's going. And I don't want to be trying to play catch up 4 or 5 years down the line. I have my mentors, and of course mentors like maybe you guys have seen, like the Ryan Serhan, Josh Flagg, Josh Altman, Ennis, I can name a bunch of them. But so my goal was to have my own. I said, you know what, I can get my own marketing team, my own media marketing team. So we went out, I bought editing equipment, I bought what I thought I would need, and to come find out, maybe it's not really what would get me to the level I wanted to get to. But I started with my phone. And I just started being consistent on Facebook, being more consistent on Instagram, and really putting my passion into the videos that I was doing, videos on my stories. And eventually a friend of mine reached out because a friend of mine reached out and said she had someone that was interested in getting into real estate and filming and video real estate. I said, hey, okay, cool, I'll talk to him. And the first video we did together, I only saw the Facebook. My YouTube video. I only saw the YouTube video, but it's the $5 million house in Plano. That was our first video we did together, and it's up to now I think like 225 views, and that was like 5 months ago. So that was the first video we did together, and it just made the channel the subscriber count just went up really fast.
Wow.
We got monetized in 5 months. We got monetized in 5 months. Got my first check in October for $257. This month we got a check coming for $457, for about a little $460, $468. Wow. So I was telling even my other partners, I said, hey, look, we're taking a hit, but you now see the vision. At first you didn't think getting this was, and it's not about getting monetized, but of course I'll take the money. I wanted to get monetized. The main goal was to create other forms of income. Now we have people reaching out to us, wanting us to do their homes. That comes at a fee. We have a roofing company that wants us to do some video for them. We told them how much we charge for them. We have that set up for next week. So it's a tree. It just spirals off from just taking it serious and thinking the long game. So my count per customer has taken a hit so far a little bit, but we're also getting different type of clientele though, which was my goal. We have a client now. He's looking to put his house in the market in January for 8.5 mil. I haven't been getting that clientele. I've been getting that clientele 200, 300, 400, 500,000. I don't have a bunch of friends, unfortunately. I have a couple, but I don't have a ton of friends that have $4, $5, $6 million houses. My area, the houses around here, they're like, 450, 500,000. But I also want to break into that market as well. And the best way to do that is to show that you're not afraid of it. It's just a number at the end of the day.
Yes.
And YouTube is the perfect way to do it. So.
Wow. That's huge. And like they say, perception's at the forefront of your success. So if you can show that perception like you have, you're going to attract. It's inevitable. Like attracts like. You're going to attract those like-minded individuals. Congratulations on monetizing. That's huge. I don't even think agents see the potential of different forms of revenue because, you're always grinding for the next deal. So if you had some type of passive residual coming in,
exactly,
there 7 streams. Dude,
it's dual
exactly.
purpose.
And it's bringing. I like it because ever since I did this has brought different type of attention. I have on my I got my first. This is probably maybe 2-3 years ago. I got my first speaking engagement. I said, you know what? I want to do motivational speaking. So I put it on my YouTube channel. A motivational speaker. Never did a motivational at all, right? So a guy comes out and say, hey man, I'm looking at your Instagram, this, that, and other. He was a principal of a South Dallas school. Reached out and said, hey man, I would love to teach. You speak to my kids. Just curious, how many have you done? I said, well, this will be the first one since you want me to come to yours. You asked me to do yours, right? He said, yes. This will be my first one. When do you want me to be there? And I did it. Knocked out the park. Did another school. Then I did another school. Now you have proof in video that you can show, and now you can get paid from that. So social media is just the way to go. It's just the way to go. And you just gotta just get in front of your phone camera and just put it out there.
Man.
It's the vehicle of acceleration. I tell people it's the way to maximize everything, get the name, get the audience, get the name recognition. And yeah, you did a great job, man, in just a short amount of time. It's awesome.
And you're inspiring me now, because I do want to do the motivational thing, but it's just like baby steps, right? I mean, I'm in a completely different world over here. So, but kudos to you, man.
Because you guys got it, man. Like I said, I've seen kudos to you guys. I watched probably about maybe 4 of you guys' shows. They didn't come, before I came on, and kudos to you guys, man. I mean, it's energetic. It's great information. You're picking great people. It's not boring. I mean, some of these podcasts, they can be boring, man. It's cute. They can be boring. But whatever the energy you guys got going, as soon as you got going, it's working, man. So
that's awesome.
Keep it up.
Thanks so much for the feedback. And Dan put it out there, and then I kind of ran with it, and then we kind of just put it together, and here we are today. Just hit 1 year, and this is going to be probably 57 episodes so far. And we want to monetize as well, and potentially be able to bring in some revenue from real estate versus tech, and who knows what we could do to be able to give back to charities and do so many other things. Revenue just from this. So it's amazing. But getting back onto some of these questions here. So as an agent, are you focused more on the buy side, sell side? Like, who are you primarily working with? What makes up the majority of your business, buyers or sellers or both?
Good question. In the beginning, it was more buyers, and it still is more buyers. Now I'm focusing a lot more on listings. I would get listings from here and there, but I wasn't focusing as hard as I should have on just listings. But of course, listings kind of like the side most realtors want to be on. But I wanted to get a certain type of listing. I want a certain type of listings to be my norm eventually. And to be honest with you, that was one of the main. I had different points or different bullet points of why I started the YouTube channel. But that was one of the main points. I wanted to bring it to a whole different market. Just seeing, like I said, so many of the top realtors around the country, they're getting listings from showing people, hey, this is how I sell. I'm getting, I can now through YouTube and social media, I can show you, hey, look, Zillow may get 250, 300,000, whatever views a day, but they're not getting that to your house. That's just, they're seeing, I'm getting 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 views within a month to your house.
Yes.
Your exact house. Yes. And these are people that are on my channel. They like me, obviously, because people aren't going to subscribe unless they like you. I mean,
you'd hope.
That's crazy. But, most people like you if they want to subscribe.
Yep.
And so it's just a different, it's just, I'm seeing that a lot of homeowners, they like that. When I tell them like that, hey, you can go their route, and my broker's going to do the same thing as most brokers do. We have a little bit more reach in the luxury market. Yeah. But let's just be honest. I mean, you're going to put on the MLS. Yep. Okay. You're going to put on the MLS. We know that. You're going to tell your family and friends. You're going to get your flyers out for your open houses. You're going to put on your website. You have this much reach. That's fine. That's on the brokerage. But what are you as an agent going to do that's going to ensure that you get my house out to as many people as possible? Okay, no problem. My media team, we're doing Facebook ads. We're doing these things that most realtors, there are some doing it, but most realtors aren't doing because they're not embracing this change of social media, of getting in front of people. They want to see who you are. They want to see if they like your personality. If you don't want to work with me, hey, that's no problem. We're not a good fit. That's fine. Yep. At least you know up front, hey, this is my channel. This is how you can contact me. If you like me, this is what I do. Let's do business. So
I love that.
You brought up a great point, and I was just talking to somebody literally like 24 hours ago about this, and I said when there's heavy buyer demand and it's a seller's market, an agent can just get into the cookie cutter, just put it on the MLS, do a few open houses, tell their sellers that this is what they're going to do to market the property. But it's the agents that understand marketing that even in a buyer or seller market, when it goes into a buyer's market, these guys are picking up listings left and right because their marketing plan is just dialed. They got the audience, they got the strategy. So I mean, we're in for a long haul, and I think you got it.
We are. Yeah. The goal is for at least in my immediate area, soon at North Dallas. If I was telling my fiance and the team, because we meet. Now we're meeting like twice a week. So we're taking this thing to a whole nother level in 2021. So I'm really excited. I mean, we're doing once a week, sometimes once every other week posting. I said, hey man, we need to be, I'm trying to get to by the spring, I want to be posting 2 a week, quality content, and just flood the algorithm. That's my goal.
Yes.
In North Dallas, if you go, you hit Plano. We have 5 scheduled in January to film really beautiful homes in January. So I'm trying to get 5 more. So the goal is 8 to 10 in January, Frisco, 8 to 10 in Plano, 8 to 10 in McKinney, 8 to 10 in this every month. So that's flooded while we're ahead. We're ahead, and just see the vision and take time with it now, because I mean, like you said, that's just where it's going.
Yeah.
That's where it's going. So
the stat was it 90% of consumers will buy a home in 2020 because of video. I feel like it's 100% of consumers will buy because my wife and I were in California, and we're like, we're done. California, we're done. We're leaving. And now I'm outside of Scottsdale. We bought this house sight unseen. Unseen, 100,000 less. I mean, we're sitting on 3,300 square foot, 6-bedroom house. Why would I even waste my time staying in California? And then I didn't even look at it. Besides video, my family came in, they FaceTimed us, but you're ahead of the game. And the next 2 questions before I give Dan the mic here is that, like, what separates you from the rest of the agents, and your YouTube channel, and the way that you're maximizing your Instagram, and the way that you're putting a perception of your reality of who you are, that, I mean, you're doing something that you don't need to look for the business. The business is going to look for you because of how you're setting the tone, where then people are going to be like, dude, man, Daniel R., I got to use this man. Daniel R. Hunt Jr., he is the man. I love his style. I love his cadence. I love how he represents me. And there's those type of people out there that they say, 90% of the business is done by the top 10% of real estate professionals. This is a new game. If you're not on YouTube, if you're not going in this direction, look at who's at the top, who's already leading by example. One of the people on the top, Ryan Saran, and he's doing things on a level that now it's trickling down, that trickle down effect. And, it's showing.
Ryan Serhant, he really was one of the agents that really said, okay, you know what, I need to up my game and up my game quick, elevate quick. And of course, my first videos were terrible, right? I mean, they were terrible. You go in there, keep them up. They were bad. So don't hold that against me. But as you can see the progression. And each video, I mean, I pick apart. I don't know what was worth the blue CL. Long story short, I was like, why did I said all right and okay like 100 times. I said, I don't even talk like this. What's wrong? I was like, oh my God, it was great content. It was done beautifully. And I feel like I messed it up, but people are still loving it. You'll have people that really want to still support and they see what you want to do, even when you may not put out your best videos, but just keep going. And to kind of piggyback what you said, Norman, my thing was, if I got I got a lot more. If I go to a grocery store in my area, if I go to a gas station in my area, wherever I go, if I'm not getting people saying, hey, Dan Ken, how you doing? They don't ask me a question about the real estate market. I got work to do. Every time I step out the office, every time I step out my home office, I do not want to have to introduce myself to people. I do it because it's necessary. But that's the goal, I need to be a local celebrity, and it clicked the first time I went to Market Street to get some, dinner. I like their little already made food things because I'm barbecue, but it's pretty good, right? So I go there, I get it, and lady comes up to me and say, "Hey Dan, how you doing?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "You sold the house on my block about a week or so ago." I said, "Yeah," I said, "Yeah." It was one of my first videos. She said, "Yeah, I saw your video." And I was like, "Oh, that was one of the first." I said, "It's terrible." He said, "Yeah, but I love what you're doing now." And I didn't know that she saw it. I'm in Market Street, so it's down the street. The listing was 5 minutes from the house. So of course people are going to be going, to the same grocery store. And then that's when it just really, really clicked. I was like, this is what I want. This is what I want. And from then on, I came back, I told the team, I was like, this is working. This is a possible now client that I had no way of meeting before.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Build that market share.
Dude,
yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, I could ask you the next question, finishing up mine is, what technology do you feel like is disrupting the real estate industry? I mean, I feel like it's video for you. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean,
yeah, you gotta. Yeah, there are companies out there who have long money, like Open Door, like Redfin, like Zillow, who are going directly to the home buyer. They want to knock us out. That's their goal. They've used us for many years as far as Zillow, which it is what it is. I understand this business is what it is. I see a lot of realtors crying about it, which you can cry all you want, but unless you got long money like Zillow to make something about it, you need to change your game plan.
Yes.
This is one thing I do know is that if I can get the respect from the homeowner, if I can get the respect directly from the homeowner who knows that I'm going to really take their care for their investment. Zillow customer service don't have the knowledge that most realtors have. I ain't talking about me. I'm talking about most realtors who went to school and they're really studying this craft of getting to know their clients. They care about their clients.
Mm-hmm.
I go to someone's home and I act as though this home is mine. I'm honest with them about it, even when it's uncomfortable. That comes from the loan officer side. I know what the loan officer's thinking. I know what the underwriter's thinking. So those uncomfortable conversations, it's easier for me to have because I know how everybody feels, what everyone is thinking, how the loan is going. I can explain to them different hurdles because a lot of realtors will act like everything's perfect. I get a lot of rough deals, guys. I get some really good smooth ones, and I thank God for those. But I get a lot of deals too that are like, oh my God, this came on the MERS report. Oh my God, we don't know. The MERS report didn't bring a credit report. Yeah. I mean, that happens. So it's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? But we make it happen, and I can explain those things. But that's the thing, man. Video gets you right in front of the homeowner. So even if Zillow does an ad or whatever, if they can be, especially if you can inform them and entertain them. If you can inform them and entertain them and keep their attention, whatever it may be. Some people have a really calming and entertaining voice. Some people dress well. Whatever your mojo is, figure it out. I got a really good friend, Rusty. He's a cowboy. His thing is he's a cowboy. He's wearing his cowboy hats. He has his cowboy outfit, and he gets his deals like he gets ranchers. He knows his mojo. So figure out what it is and just project it out to the world and let the universe do the rest.
Wow. I love that. Hey, viewers and listeners, get on it, get on video and take all this in consideration. Now, moving forward, we're going to go into the lightning rounds. I'm going to go ahead and have Dan be a part of this process here. And it's mainly just kind of like more specifically what you're doing, deep diving into the analytics of your actual business for our viewers and listeners. So Dan, go ahead and take away the lightning rounds. Yeah, the purpose of the lightning round, you don't have to expound for minutes. You can just shoot out an answer, maybe a quick 1 or 2 sentences and why you do it or how you do it. And it'll point of this is to give value back to other agents and brokers that, we can share and have some collaboration. So first question right now, what's your number one lead source?
Right now, number one lead source, I would say is Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Love it, man. Love it. Yeah. Do you currently still prospect or cold call or, grow relationships through phone calls?
I do. Not as much as I used to, but I do. Luckily, I've been blessed to have at least a good enough nest egg to really invest into the YouTube channel. But I do cold call because it does work and I do believe in it. So I do it, but just not as much as I've done this year, not as much this year.
Yeah, no, totally. And then direct mail, are you sending out any, you doing any farming or any past client direct mail campaigns? How you doing that?
I used to, but I don't. I'd send out, I used to, but now I don't farm. Now I farm through Facebook ads. I farm through Facebook and Instagram ads. That's my new farming through video. So I farm there. I send out a weekly newsletter, because people can forget about you real quick. You need to have a follow-up system that, and I do that weekly with the video. I attach it to a video so you can see me. So it's like a little quick, 2-3 second video of me. It shows the first 2-3 seconds. That way they can see it's me. It's not spamming or anything like that. They can click on it and they're more likely to read, the email from there.
Is that BombBomb or?
BombBomb, it is, yeah. I went through BombBomb with, I was with Boley's for a while, but I stopped that marketing and then just kept the BombBomb. Yeah.
Cool. And then what CRM, if you don't mind us asking, are you using?
I'm actually using the CRM system I was using Boley's for quite some time, but this year, for the last 7-8 months, I've been using my brokers. They have an amazing CRM system. Briggs Freeman. And so, of course, I'm paying the monthly fee, right? So I might as well use I might as well use their CRM system. But beforehand, I was going through Bold Leads. I was using their CRM system.
Perfect. And last question for me really is there any new technology or something you're testing that you might want to share with the listeners or viewers that could be benefit to something other people are having success with?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you guys straight. I've been focusing so much on bettering. I hate to be a broken record, but this YouTube channel, I see where it's going. I mean, I got people reaching out from places that I can't reach. I mean, I had a guy from Indonesia saying he's on a contract. He's coming back here. He wants to look at homes in 2 weeks. I said, cool, no problem. Send me your proof. For this price point, send me your proof of funds or your financial letter. And he sent me proof of funds. Here's a guy who hasn't seen me or anything. He saw me on YouTube. He called me. I picked up the phone. We talked. He felt comfortable, and he sent me his bank statement.
Wow.
From Indonesia.
Love it.
Like,
wow.
Okay. You get it? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm taking monthly wise, I'm taking a hit with the amount of deals I'm normally doing. I am, but I'm reaching a certain type of clientele that I want to get into. And one of those deals will cover 4, 5, 6 deals.
You're creating evergreen content. So this content's going to be around for years, right?
Exactly.
It's not the quick Insta reel or story that disappears in 2 days from now and no one saw it, right? You're creating something that's concrete and can be rejuvenated, could be, redistributed, or you could create follow-up sequences to it. So just keep doing what you're doing, man. It's at our technology company, one of the core things that we ask agents is you got to provide us authentic content, and we got to get you on a video plan. And if you can knock it out of the park in shooting the video and creating it, getting in a sequence, one a month or twice a month or 3 times a month.
Yeah.
By a year later, you got 50 plus videos about your local area, about your deals, about things that actually have relevancy, and you can put the marketing dollars behind them and start pushing and promoting them.
A lot of people, I don't know how much time we got left.
We're good.
We're doing pretty good.
I'll be quick. A lot of people that I have reached out, realtors, they ask me, how do I start, or how do I deal with individuals speaking rudely on your channel, the backlash, the ridicule. They're afraid of getting, people talking about them, this, that, and other. And I mean, losers focus on winners and winners focus on winning. That's what it is. Practice makes progress, not perfect. Listen, I stopped counting like 156. I think it's like 150 something negative comments. Okay. I stopped. I researched it, and I went to every person that said something rude. Creative criticism is okay. Hey, you know what? I really love your video, but could you really do a better job in the audio? I'm really having a hard time hearing what you have to say. Cool, no problem. Hey, I saw the video. Can you do better pans and to show the crown moldings or show the white oak floors? I want to see more details of her. Cool, no problem. But to talk about individuals, either like racial slurs or what type of, just things about them physically, or just saying, hey, your video is just trash. You go to their page. It has usually a letter on there, no content, no nothing. The biggest critics ain't doing nothing. I went to, I think, 30, 40 people's, even I was able to go to their Facebook pages. Facebook pages look like they miserable. Mm-hmm. Like they're so don't take it so personally. These people, most of them, the majority of them are just unhappy with themselves. They wish they had the courage to do what you have to do. Mm-hmm. And they may say some negative things back, but don't take it personal. Keep doing it. Stay focused. I just delete them right away. I mean, your channel, if anybody that wants to start a channel, this is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. It's my channel. I can choose to let your comments stay. I can choose to block you or leave you. That's Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, with America, this is democracy, but your channel is not. You the boss. So, control your mind space, control your energy, and don't let that hold you back. I get a lot of realtors that come to me with that. They're afraid. They want to put themselves out there because of that.
I love that. They say there's watchers and then there's players. And the watchers do like to, hey, player, and try to almost either get you off of your goal because you're staying consistent. They don't have that, so let's get them off the goal. I like to feed into it. I like to be like, oh, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. God bless you. I wish you nothing but success. Like, play into it so people can say, okay, I see like how he is going to approach that. But I love that. That's really good feedback for the viewers and listeners. And going into like, you talked about the cowboy. He has a cowboy hat. That's his positioning. What's your thing? Roll with it. I know on your Instagram you talk about how you are a motivational speaker. You also play into kind of like influencing on the dressing side, hence why I had to get extra dressed for today's episode.
I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that.
We're going to follow his Instagram now.
Dude, you got to, man. It's pretty clutch. So then do you consider yourself an expert as far as like what would be your thing? Is it luxury? What is it that like you would say is your positioning as a real estate professional?
My position really as it is really one, a lot of realtors I think may not understand the importance of first impression. First impression, and I learned that I'll be real quick from, I went to college for 2 years when I was in my early 20s. My second year I was working, I'll never forget, I worked for Jacob Twin Honda. I think I made like 60 grand. I realized how much my teacher's making. And I was like, you know what? Sales is my thing. This ain't my thing. Which college is important. I never talk down on that because college is important. More important, of course, is knowledge and continue to keep learning. But it's definitely important depending on what you want to do. It's definitely important. But I realized it wasn't for me. But long story short, with no college degree, since I've been 20 years old, I've always had a job. If I got, laid off or for whatever reason, I was always able to get a job anywhere between 60 to 100,000 all the time with no college degree. And I know for a fact I've beaten out a lot of individuals who on paper were a lot smarter than me. But what a lot of people and what college does not teach you is first impression and how to sell yourself. 9 times out of 10, when I walk through somebody's door, they're sold. They're sold. It's up to me not to say anything stupid. If I know what I'm talking about, if I convince the client that I have your best interest, if I tell them that, hey, if you stick with me, it may take a little bit. We may get it done right away. I can't guarantee you, but the job's going to get done. If I can convince that, it's a done deal. So first impression, whatever your area is, that's what's with my cowboy. That's his first impression. If you want to dress down, okay, there's a market for that, but go after that market. So whatever your market is, your first impression is essential. Essential. I mean, when I'm dressed up, usually most time I'm in a suit. People, why are you always in a suit? Because I go somewhere, people are always asking me, what do you do?
Yeah.
I'm my walking billboard. I don't have to say, I'm not saying it. Now, when I'm dressed down occasionally or whatever, I don't get that. I go to a store, or if I have to bring my ID, I've noticed this a few times. I go to a store, people call me Mr. or Mr. when I'm in a suit, Mr. Daniel Hunt or Mr. Hunt. When I'm not or whatever, if somebody meets somebody, they call me my first name, which is fine, but that respect factor is there immediately. It's like when you see a police officer, you see him in uniform, you immediately respect. If you don't see him in uniform, you don't know he's an officer. Hey, how you doing? You respect him, but just not as same respect level as you would if he had on a uniform. It's the same thing as a realtor. So I would say eventually that would take a lot of your work just off your plate just by really taking that seriously as being. That's why on my my Instagram I do have influencer, because I would like to think that I do influence a lot of individuals to take their appearance when it comes to real estate seriously.
You are influencing people. You have 9,771 followers as of right now. So
it's. I mean, that 10,000 mark's been hard, man.
It's like, the first 1,000 super hard, and then the first 10,000's like 10x is hard. No pun intended, but
Oh yeah, it's the same way with your YouTube. The first 100 was like wasn't as hard because I pretty much told everybody on my social media, go subscribe. Like,
yeah,
and don't be afraid to tell your family, your friends. I tell, if you're my friend, I call you my friend. Go subscribe.
Yeah,
I'm not asking you for no money. I'm asking you to purchase anything.
Just push a button.
Go subscribe. Like, tell people what to do, and if they'll do it. They'll do it. So that first 100 can be a little difficult. But after that 1,000, I just kept marketing. I kept marketing. I kept pushing. I kept telling people driving it. But once you reach that 1,000, it took me from the first video was April to September to get to 1,000 subscribers. And of course, not all about the subscribers, but I mean that's the important part, right? It took me from there to get to the subscribers. And right now we're gonna hit 4,000 by probably the 15th. So from September 12th to now, we're gonna be at 4,000. You see what I'm saying? So it's over that 1,000 mark is where it just took off. I don't know what YouTube's doing, but the algorithm said, hey man, this guy is serious. He really wants to do this. I don't know. I'm still watching YouTube videos trying to figure out this algorithm thing, but even the experts are saying it's always changing. So I don't even think they even have it figured out. So I'm always watching videos. So I'm just like, just put it out there, keep going. And once you reach that number, I mean, it just starts to just take off.
Yeah. One thing that I'm really intrigued about is that I see like, oh yeah, 20,000 followers. And there's like, you got 50 likes, dude. Like, what's going on here? So the ratio, and we're gonna have a guy on the show, his name's Matt, and he'll be on the show a little bit later. And so he has like 8,000 views on some of his videos, and he only has like 6,000 followers. So when you hit the ratio of you have more, and that's what happens on YouTube all day long. You'll see people watching videos and there'll be 10,000 million views and they only got like 100,000 subs because a lot of those people actually don't translate over to subscribers. So it's an interesting game. And I think that a lot of the viewers and listeners out there need to understand, like, don't get lost in the numbers because sometimes it's so easy. Yeah. It is easy. And you know, it's funny you said that, Norman, because we had just that meeting with my team last week. And I said, you know what? I feel like the fun is getting taken out of this because of the numbers. I said, let's have our goals, but we're doing what we enjoy. We're in control of our life right now. Yeah. That's the greatest feeling. I'd rather give up the $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 job and make 60, 70 and have the freedom and capability to do something that's uncapped. Yes.
It's uncapped.
Yes.
So let's have fun with this. Let's enjoy the process. And then my team's like, man, you know, you're right. We always talk about numbers, and we're starting not to have fun because we see it happening, and we're like not doing it. So we scaled it back, and now we're only looking at certain numbers once a week. You know, we're doing our comments weekly, and it's may not work for everybody. So you have to figure out what works for you. But just have fun with it. Enjoy the process. I mean, you know, especially you're doing this for at the end of the day for freedom. You know, it's for freedom. I mean, you know, most people can't stay on a podcast with you right now. It's 12:15 and on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Like
I forget what day it is because I'm not looking for a tour to Friday. I'm like Wednesday. I'm not looking forward to Friday. Every day is every day.
Yes.
So that's the type of freedom that I wanted to have, and it's just a blessing to be in that position to finally, you know, to have that. So
wow, man. Yeah. Amen. That's awesome. So we have a couple last questions before we end the show, but I mean, you pretty much already hit on them. So do you focus on a specific farm, like seller farm, buyer farm? You're really, like you already said, focus on the sell side and luxury market as far as kind of what your niche is. And the last question I had was a secret weapon. I mean, your secret weapon is video. I mean, video. I mean, video, guys. Video. Once you do a certain amount of video, this is what I figured out and what I've learned. Once you do a certain amount of video and you start put out at least decent quality content, you know, it'll get better and better with time. But once you start doing it, it's almost as like you're certified as if you wrote a book. You know, when people write a book, it's like, oh, this guy's certified. Whatever he's talking about, he knows what he's talking about. You may not know nothing you're talking about. You might even have the book written by somebody else.
We were just talking about this on like how to grow a brokerage, and so I'm an agent. and I have a principal broker. He's an older gentleman. He's got tons of clout. Like everyone knows him in town, right? He's the OG of investments. So everyone knows him. And he's like, so what were you thinking in terms if we like had buyer's agents or a team? And I was like, well, there's like 3 or 4 things that are non-negotiables. One is video. To be on the team, you have to shoot video. Number 2 is you have to be on social media. Number 3 is you still have to cold call and prospect and build relationships. And if you can't do those 3 things, you can't be on the team. And he's like, man, things have changed.
No, you hit it perfectly. You hit it perfectly. I mean, because I still do my cold calling. Maybe not as much used to, but it is very important. You still got to do it.
Yeah,
you still got to do it to be on that level. But
awesome.
That's my secret weapon going forward, man. Just as much video, getting the quality up as best as possible, getting the quality, and then once I think we kind of got our mojo with the quality. Ryan, I'm putting it out there. Ryan, so he has I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but he has a new channel out there, and that's a little under, it's under 3,500 subscribers. His original one has a ton of subscribers.
Yeah, hit 1 million. Yeah.
So yeah, it's 100. But his newer one is still under 5,000. So it's kind of good to have me. I like a little bit of competition, and I know he's way on a whole nother level right now. But his channel and reach, I'm really paying attention to. What is he doing? What's his style? So I can make it my own. Because of course I'm not Ryan Serhant, and he's not me.
Yep.
But there are different things you can depict. I mean, Kobe Bryant, whether you think he's the greatest or not, he took a lot of tips from MJ, and he went down a legend.
Yes.
So he's not totally Michael. He made it his own.
Yes.
His own style, his own way of doing it. And so that's why I'm looking at the different guys that I really look up to. What are they doing? How are they doing it? How are their pans? How's the lighting? How is this? How are they transitioning different things to keep people's attention? Like really just dissecting everything about the video. And then putting my spin on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. You're really in it when you're watching like a TV show or a movie, and you're like, why do they just pan there? What's wrong with what's going on? And I'm like, I have a hard time even enjoying movies anymore or shows, and I'm like analyzing the show. And my wife's like, stop, just watch it. I'm like, oh
my God, my fiance does the same thing. She was like, You think about this. She's like, can you just relax? It's like, I'll do the same thing. And like, oh my God, I wonder if I could do that in one of my videos. Like,
that is awesome. That is awesome.
I do the same thing, man. I do the same thing.
Well, Daniel, we're coming to the end of the show where we want to let the floor be yours. So is there anything that you want to leave with our viewers and listeners?
Yeah. Hey, guys, if you're in the Dallas, looking for a home in Dallas area, or even want just, some information on the market, CMA, whatever it is I can do to help, feel free to reach out. You can call or text me, my work line, which actually goes to my cell phone, but usually I have it cut off because if not, I don't mind keeping it on 24/7, but my fiance, she'll go crazy if I do because I had to stop doing that. But usually after about 8 o'clock, I finally cut off and cut it back on at about 7. But the number's 214-210-1054. If you want to text or call me right away, hey, text or call. If I'm going to visit, I'll text you. You don't want to email, you can email me as well at dhunt, DHUNT, @briggsfreeman.com. So feel free to reach out just for information, or if you're looking to buy or sell, I'll be more than happy to help you.
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
I love it.
Dude, this is one of the best we've had. You've
man, that says a lot. Like I said, I've seen quite a few of you guys and stuff, man. You guys
got great energy.
You guys aren't rookies.
You got great energy. You see the future, and with marketing, the long-term play is always the best play. And
long-term play is always the best play. Yeah, you're right. You couldn't said it better.
It's crushing it.
100%. And that's where it's just like, I think the podcast, hence Real Estate First Tech, technology is trying to disrupt the industry. Agents are fighting back like, no, and now you're adapting and showing what you're doing. And, Dan and I have all this knowledge. I'm 7+ years in, 5,000 agents later. Yeah. Dan's, worked for the top producing team. Now he has his license. He's growing his thing on a little side hustle that he has going on. And also still podcast here, plus, VP of growth at Liftoff. So it's just, why not share? Sharing is
if you can't beat them, join them. I can't beat Zillow yet, so I might as well join them and come on the party. But also too, I want to put something real quick. If you're a realtor that wants, you have a listing that you want showcased on the channel, feel free. I'll be more than happy to share the channel analytics and show you where we've grown. So, how fast we've grown and where our projections are, where we're looking to go. So if you have a listing that you want more exposure, anywhere in the Dallas-land area, if it's decent content, it doesn't matter. It could be in Frisco, it could be in Mansfield, it could be so I don't care. If there's decent content, we can come out. We'll tell you how we can maybe work something out with you to get it shown to a lot more people. So.
Wow, that's awesome. So definitely, viewers and listeners out there, take advantage of that. Dan Gandy, thank you so much for being a co-host today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. And thanks again for having me, guys. Thanks again.
Daniel, this has been amazing. So thank you so much for being on the show. And for our viewers and listeners, thank you so much for tuning in today, as it is our best interest to be able to support, serve, and give back to this real estate industry so we can be able to keep moving forward. So we'll see you guys on the next one.
We made it to the end. Well, thank you so much for watching Real Estate vs. Technology. We hope you found value, especially something you can apply to your real estate business. If you could do us a favor, we would appreciate it. A thumbs up. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified for new episodes coming out, and comment below. What the heck did you learn? If you want to join our Facebook group page, there's a link right here. And if you want to be featured on Real Estate vs. Technology, send us a DM on our Instagram page. We'll see if we get you on the show. So, take care. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.